Hello again. So pretty much today, we're going to be looking at Buff and to see if Buff is actually cheaper than every other third-party website out there. And I'm sure it is. I know it is for a fact, but you know, just getting funds there in general is kind of difficult for the average person, I would say. And, you know, it's a lot easier, I would say, to, you know, buy things off of an American or European website, you know, living in North America, Asia, or, you know, other parts of the world as well besides China. So we're going to be looking at Buff, Bitskins. I'm going to do CS Deals and a few other websites here and there. We're also going to be using our trusty source, CSGO Analyst, and this is going to tell us, you know, the prices of things across all these websites right up here. WaxPeer is a very favorited thing of mine. I haven't used it recently, but it used to be back in the day. CS Money used to be a thing I also used back in the day as well. Let's take a look at Buff right now. So Buff currently on the market, you can get a broken fan case for 56 cents, which is pretty good if you ask me. So if you go over to Steam right now, so it's about, you know, 12, 13 cents cheaper on here versus, you know, everywhere else, such as, you know, Buff, mainly Buff, kind of the only website. Look at the golden Tyloo sticker. Let's look at this for an example, just to give you guys an example of the RMR stickers, what they're going on for, you know, on these websites versus Steam. Sorry, it's taking me so long to type, so I am using one finger. So 64 versus 58. So it's not that big of a deal, but if you do have a Buff balance, I mean, that all adds up at the end of the day. If you're buying these in quantity as well, I know for a fact, you know, some of these things are a lot cheaper. Okay, let's look at things like a very, very, you know, I would say big knife that everyone would do. I would say the most common knife a lot of things are looked up for is, you know, such as right now trending in the last hour. So you can see this on CSGO Analyst. I don't know how accurate this is, but I've used this before for buying and trading and selling things back in the day. Still use this today for some things as well. But I have noticed some of the prices on here just aren't very, very good in my personal opinion. Now, let's just look at a bayonet Doppler. Bayonet Doppler is a very searched for thing, I would say, all across the board, in my personal opinion. Mainly because it's just like, it's one of those skins that I feel like everyone kind of uses, you know what I mean? To look at the price of a bayonet Doppler right now. So bayonet Doppler, 466 bucks. This has kind of always held its value, I would say. Right. So we're going to Google this right now. Okay. It's probably going to come up with the different phases. So, I mean, the cheapest one on here is about $341. So that's $342 is the price for a bayonet Doppler versus the Steam market, 466 bucks. Let's look and see how much that goes for an example, on Bitskins, lowest one, non-withdrawable, like whatever the drawable fee is, 378 bucks. So you're really saving, like you're saving a decent amount of money on Buff versus every other website, especially Steam. Obviously Steam is going to be the first one that pops up there. So this just takes the Steam market's, like everything searched for on the Steam market at a given time and across all these websites, and then kind of, you know, evaluates and see what that price is for, to see how much that's being searched for at the given time. So other skins, like, you know, this could also be for certain, you know, knife. It could be for a sapphire that we don't know about. So if a bayonet sapphire is being searched for, we're not going to know that. It's going to say, you know, Doppler version of that. So I would say other things. Let's look at big items, right? Like the factory new Howl, M4A4 Howl. So let's look at this, right? We're going to look at this. This is going for on Bitskins. This is not going to be a price on a lot of these other websites, but we're going to take this. We're going to look at this on Steam. Currently, the cheapest price for a factory new Howl on Steam is about $6 grand, give or take, after you put in taxes and stuff like that. So that is a lot of money for a factory new Howl. Okay. Let's look on Buff and see how much a factory new Howl is. And I don't think it's going to be near as much as we think it is currently in, you know, CSGO as what you can get them for on other websites. Now, getting a Buff, you know, so they're about 5,000 on Buff, right? So, I mean, you're saving a decent amount of money, right? 5,600, almost 57 at that point. You know, it's not even on the Steam market anymore. You know, we had to check just in case, you know, in case they've added anything new to Steam that we don't know about, right? And we forgot about CS Deals. So let's look at the factory new Howl on CS Deals. We're going to do lowest price, and it looks like there's not even a Howl on Steam. M4A4 Howl. It looks like field tested, and a minimal wear conditioned one that's pretty good. It's a pretty decent float, I would say. So here on CS Deals, a minimal wear Howl for $5 grand. So pretty much the same price you'd be getting for a factory new one, which is a very, very big difference for reselling down the line. So I would say so far, if this doesn't give you any incentive, you know, to buy anything off of Buff, you know, I think you're wrong. Okay, so from actually doing some research, apparently you can have a Buff balance in the United States of America with Alipay. So that is pretty interesting. I did not know you could do that. There is ways around, and people commenting on my videos that you can use Buff in North America if you set up the right things on the right accounts. But is it that much of a hassle, you know, to buy skins and for investing in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And I think it would be, yes, I think it's worth a try. And if I can figure that out by tonight, I will show you guys what I can do and how I'm doing that in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. The only problem with that would be, especially if I stream it, is I use my phone as a webcam, as a camera, I guess you could say, because I have the iPhone 12 mini. And I think, that is a better camera than a lot of other big cameras out there, especially because it is on my phone, right? I have a phone that's pretty much a DSLR camera, but in my pocket, and it's free. I don't have to spend any money on stuff like that, especially because I don't really have that kind of disposable income at the very moment in time, because my money is elsewhere in different sorts of investments around the world. Not around the world, but in other things, I guess. So in the next couple weeks, I will figure out how to do that for you guys. But overall, I just want to make a quick little video and show you that buff. Overall, I just want to show you guys a little quick video on how buff is actually more affordable, than, I would say 99%, or if probably 100% of all the North American and European websites. I don't even bother to go on Skinport and Skinbay, whatever you want to say, because their skins and their prices for everything are always really overpriced compared to other websites like CS Deals when I go search for things inside of North America that I would want to buy. And I have the best luck with CS Deals in North America and the Steam market sometimes. Sometimes the Steam market is just easier for you to do stuff with. You know what I mean? It's like, you guaranteed everything. There's no scams going on, especially if you're dealing with a high quantity of things. You don't have to accept that and wait for someone to buy them on a third-party website when there is buy orders. I know there is buy orders on other websites, but, Steam is just direct. You know what I mean? Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Bit of a quick one. Hopefully you, enjoyed. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. Link in the description below. Guys, got any comments, concerns, questions, let me know. Go to the live stream video and comment down below as well if you guys what you're interested in me streaming. And obviously we're gonna be talking about investing and stuff that goes on in this channel, and I'm excited for that. Starting that this next week coming up, and have a good day, guys. No.